If you're an IPMAT 2026 aspirant and you feel like time is running out, this video is going to help you so much. I remember when I was preparing, this was the worst phase of my preparation. This is when I basically gave up. This is when I was so anxious. I did not want to study. I did not have it in me to do anything. I was ready to go to one of my backup colleges. In fact, I had almost started preparing for it, talking to my parents about it. But this is the most crucial time of your preparation, and this is when you can pretty much make or break your college decision. But we're going to focus on things that are realistic and actionable, not faltu ki advice that will not help you is end time mein. I'm not just coming from my experience, of course. Currently I'm studying at IIM Jammu doing IPM, but I've also spoken to a lot of toppers and I know how they prepare for IPMAT, so I have a lot of really good advice for you. Let's break this down into 5 basic steps that you can follow. If you have not taken a mock yet, which it's okay if you haven't, take a diagnostic test. I was talking to my friend Bhavesh from Afterboards recently, and he was telling me his thermometer analogy, which is basically that if you feel like you have fever, first you'll check your temperature using a thermometer before taking a paracetamol, right? That's what a diagnostic mock does for you. You're able to figure out what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, what is your actual level of preparation. Once you get your score, we can kind of break it down into a few score buckets. If you're scoring above 150, you have a very, very strong chance. Now you have to focus on execution and practicing as much as possible. If you're in the 100 to 150 range, you're in the game, but now the decisions that you take and the preparation that you do matters a lot. If you're in the 50 to 100 range, you have established some sort of base, but you can't just rely on getting into Indore. And if you're scoring less than 50, let's be realistic, Indore should not just be your main focus. There are lots of great IPM colleges and lots of great colleges otherwise too. Your college can give you an edge, your college can give you opportunities that other colleges don't have, but your college is not the end all be all. What you can do, the skills you can develop, the kind of person you can become, all of that is beyond the scope of your college. That is all up to you. Step 2 is fixing your weak areas. This is not the time where you can study every single thing. You have to study what is costing you marks. If you're good at arithmetic but you're struggling in geometry, do geometry. Do not leave any topic. In fact, recent past papers actually had more geometry questions than arithmetic questions. You should definitely do a quick SWOT analysis of your prep. If you use Afterboards, for example, they already provide you a detailed SWOT analysis where they tell you which topics are your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And to remove negatives, you should focus on your weaknesses and your threats. And to improve your score, you should focus on your opportunities. Step 3. Past year questions are non-negotiable. If you're not doing past year papers, you're literally missing out on the exam pattern. There was recently a question in IPMAT which is repeated from a previous year. Don't wait for the last week to do this. Don't sit around thinking that I'll do PYQs one night before the exam. Do them right now. There was a geometry question I saw on Afterboards recently which you can literally solve by eliminating the options, and it was so simple. Past year papers are literally free on Afterboards. You can go and attempt them right now. Last 45 days basically make or break your preparation. I also used Afterboards when I was preparing. Right now, I wouldn't suggest that you get the full 8K plan because it's too costly and it doesn't make sense right now when the exam is so soon. So I feel like the best decision for you would be to take the 5.5K plan right now. So that has videos and it has unlimited sectionals also. And if you don't want videos, then just take the 3.5K plan. You can just customize the mocks you want from the bottom. Or you can just take the mocks separately in the 3.5K plan. Honestly, you are smart enough to figure this out. Trust yourself. This is not the time to be stressing out, and this is not the time to be thinking that you are not capable enough. This is the time to trust yourself and trust your preparation. The education system rewards memory and not logic. So when you've done a lot of mocks, you're already familiar with the different kinds of patterns that come up in questions. You'll know how to solve questions by just eliminating the options. You won't be able to just do this on the day of the exam unless you're a genius. And mocks expose you to so many different kinds of questions. You'll see so many questions that are almost exact copies of what has come in the past with just a few values changed. Another thing that I feel is very important is that mocks build your stamina of actually being able to handle a 2-hour exam. Because it's not a board exam where you can take a 2-minute break, then get back to the questions. There are no breaks. You're just solving question after question after question and trying to solve as many as possible, as accurately as possible. Be able to build that grit and perseverance of doing that even if your center is too loud, if there's too much noise outside, if your seat is uncomfortable, if you're drenched in sweat, still being able to solve the questions. That is super important, and that is developed through mocks. And reminder, after you do the mocks and you see that there are some topics you haven't touched at all, please do the basics of every chapter. Do not leave any chapter. Sometimes you get insanely easy questions from the so-called complicated chapters. If you don't learn the basics, you might be missing out on literal free marks. Even if you're not able to master everything, you should be able to at least attempt every question. Again, I would personally suggest that for doing mocks, for doing sectionals, you take up afterboards, because that's what I used. I love their user interface. It's so user-friendly. They've introduced so many cool games, They've introduced like word battle where you could like basically do these vocab games. They've introduced crossword. They have made IP-MAT prep so fun. If I had all these features at the time when I was preparing, I would be on afterboards all day long just playing those games. Love the way they write their solutions. They're not just standard solutions you would see anywhere. They really make it simple for you to understand. They put memes also in their solutions, and sometimes they'll put videos also. People can jump 40-50 marks by just using this strategy of mocks when it's close to the exam. This is the time to be honest with yourself. This is the time to put yourself in the hard position and be able to figure out where you're lacking and work on that. It's like this iterative process where you keep doing mocks, you keep assessing the feedback, and based on that you study and implement that in the next mock. The best advice I can give you is to just have a very strong mindset. Trust yourself to keep going, to stay confident and not give up at any point. Don't freak yourself out. Sleep well before the exam. Don't try to like cram new information or anything right before the exam. And go in thinking that you're gonna perform better than everybody else. Delusion always works. Also, if you're feeling lost with boards and IP-MAT and everything and you need someone to help you out, personally help you based on your progress, so I would love to get on a call with you. We can get on a call and I can help you with that. So the link for that is also in the description. So for this iterative process, I've actually made a really nice planner for you to be able to figure out what your strengths and weaknesses are and make sure you're actually covering them. So you can check that out, link in the description. All of these things are to make your prep as seamless and smooth and easy and relaxed as possible, because that's what I needed. Lastly, best of luck for your exam. Check out Afterboards, of course, they're my favorite always. In fact, I'm even using them now for my CAT prep. Bhavesh and Vani have started after grad, which is what I'm using for my CAT preparation. Let's go, you got this, you can do it. And I believe in you, trust me, you can do it.